Hello, yes, it's your girl, Queen of Commentary, and we are back with another video. This video is very disheartening, but I felt the need to do this to put some type of acknowledgement to this type of treatment to children. All right, so before we get into the story, you know what to do. Thumbs up the video, subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you cut your notifications on, and also leave us a comment. All right, so this is a mother's betrayal, the demise of Jala Ethan. The mother, Jalayah Eason, who is 26, she has been charged with acting in a manner injurious to a child, and she could face more serious charges if the medical examiner rules her daughter's demise a homicide. 6-year-old Jalayah Ethan was found bruised and unconscious in her mother's apartment. She was rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced deceased. According to authorities, Jalayah Ethan made the emergency call that summoned officers to her apartment at the Forest Houses complex. She claimed that she was home with her 3 children, but was awakened and found Jalayah unresponsive with marks on her wrist and torso. Now, their neighbors say something different. The neighbor says that she lives 1 floor below them, and she heard cries that were so deafening and screeching on several occasions. So basically, the neighbor heard the dealings of the home, and this time it must have been much worse. She also said that she heard Jalayah literally beg for her life, and she was basically bruised, fatally bruised, guys. I have to be careful of the words that I choose. This is so sad that, this picture right here, it kind of reminds me of Penny off of Good Times. Remember, she had that, Janet, she had that little Band-Aid in the, in her, in the middle of her forehead. And this was her 6th birthday this day. This is actually a video, this is a picture from a video that her mom was like, "Hello, girl," and she was making her say hi to her, and she looked so scared of her mother. And then she got her to put up a peace sign, okay? I heard this story, and it just aggravated me, it angered me, it kind of ruined my mood. It really did, because I'm not a professional reporter. I'm just not. I don't know how real reporters do this, but it really ruined my mood, and I don't want to ruin you guys' moods, but I just want, to share what's going on in the world. If you think that your life is so, hard and not livable, just think about this story and think about all of the pain that this little girl went through, and know that your, situation may not be as bad. Her 2 other children, an 8-year-old young man and a 3-year-old girl, were also inside the apartment and showed signs as well of mistreatment. Okay, so this is something that is common. All right, so CPS, Child Protective Services, they were actually called on several occasions. And I don't know if anybody, actually works for CPS or knows about that, but I have heard so many stories kind of like this of CPS or ACS being called, and they come over and, nothing is done. The school reported that her son came to school with a bruised and swollen face, wore the same dirty clothes for days at a time, smelled of bodily functions, and was often absent and picked up late. The apartment where they lived was actually filthy. Filthy, 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 yes. Jalayah Ethan told a caseworker that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder but did not seek help for it. Okay? There's no excuse for this, guys. None. There are people who have issues with, different mental disorders, and they don't do this. This is pure evil. Anything that's done, I have a special place in my heart for children and the elderly and animals, people and things or creation who doesn't have any voice and cannot speak up for themselves. I have a special place, and we all should, because that's called compassion. And this young lady obviously did not. So, yeah, as you can see in this photo, she looks completely blank. Blank, blank, blank. What can be done in these conditions? What can be done to prevent this? I don't know. What do you guys think? One thing in all of the cases, and I can go through a few of when children have been mistreated. People know, teachers know, neighbors know, family know. But there's something in the back of their minds that prevents them from taking charge. I don't know what that could be. Of course, you cannot take a child from its mother or its parents, but you can surely become a nuisance to that parent and let them know that they're being watched. Don't let it fall on a blind eye and a deaf ear. Don't ignore it. Children tell everything. Either they tell it from what they say out of their mouths, or they tell it from how they act. Okay? You can kind of tell when a child is comfortable and happy. You can also tell when a child is worried and things like that. Like if they said that the child came to school smelling of bodily functions and has been wearing the same clothes, are you telling me there's nothing else that could have been done? That school could not have called the police, or the school could not have called child or CPS? They couldn't do that. It was another case. I think his name was Gabriel. That story's on Netflix. It's in a case he came in with a tuft of hair pulled out of his scalp, and he actually out of his own mouth said, "Look, my mom is not treating me correctly." There's another group of family of these two ladies. They actually adopted some children, like 6 or 7 of them, a whole bunch, and these children would escape and go to the neighbors' homes and ask for food and things like that, and these children were not saved. Come on. We can't be too much in our own lives where we cannot lend a hand to these children, to save the children. A lot of people may have problems with sending the children off to, the state and saying that the conditions there. But no, I'm not going to even say the conditions there are worse, because now these children, this young lady right here, is not here anymore. So what if someone actually took the time to actually have taken this child out of the home and the other children, because they were all mistreated, and this young little girl, a 6-year-old girl, had to pass away to kind of save her siblings, because they too were being mistreated. You can see the pain in her eyes. Her mother kept her hair done, cute girl, dressed to the nines, and was mistreating her. All right. So, what are your thoughts on this story? What do you think that can be done to stop this kind of treatment to our children? I'm going to tell you guys, I'm a realist. This is always going to kind of be around, kind of, sort of. And what this channel is for, is just to bring light to it. So if you are a person who's listening to this and you may have seen something like this or know of something like this, maybe you can go a little bit further to save that child. That's all you can do. But you never want to think that, oh, I wish, or woulda, coulda, shouldas. You don't want to live in the land of woulda, coulda, shouldas. You want to make sure that you was able to do all that you could do, so you can kind of have peace with that. All right? Guys, thank you so much for listening to my commentary and getting through this video. Make sure you thumbs it up, leave us a comment, subscribe if you have not, and we will see you next time. Also, I have another channel. Called Gossip Bites. Gossip Bites. I have to say that, guys. Go to the description so you can actually go and subscribe over there. Over there, we will be doing news and eating at the same time. All right? But not news like this. I would not ever do that. But we're going to be talking about like gossip, celebrities, and stuff like that.